Hey friends, thanks for waiting. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Clay Emo. I'm at Connect Clay on Twitter. I'm at Clayton Emo on Instagram. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. This is my Canucks take, all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary live stream after a 3-0 loss on Saturday, August the 29th. I'm very happy to be with you tonight. This is the first time we've been live streaming, I guess, since Tuesday night, because as we know, Thursday night was postponed, and therefore they've kind of truncated the rest of the series. So we have Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, and then if necessary, Thursday and Friday once again. So thanks for waiting. I know I'd like to get on here a tiny bit sooner. I need about 10 to 15 minutes after the game ends to record my vlog, to upload it, to do a quick thumbnail, and then to make sure that this is up and running. So I do appreciate you waiting for me, and I'm gonna try and stay within 5 minutes of the comments. So again, I'm gonna answer basically from, answer questions from 9:41 onwards, and then if you ask a question that you really need an answer for and you left it before 9:41, retype it please. So I'm glad that you guys were at least interacting with each other while we were waiting. Okay, as I always say, I appreciate you. You could be doing anything else right now, especially after Canucks loss. You could be drinking, you could be running around, you could be going outside. I got to go for my walk, get some steps when I'm done here. But I appreciate that you are here with me. Whether you are in my neck of the woods in Steveston, in Richmond, in the city, in the lower mainland, in the province, in the country, on the continent, or across the world, you know that I appreciate you and I do not take you for granted. So having said that, if you haven't subscribed to this channel already, I invite you to do so now. If you haven't liked this video, pretty bad ratio. I don't know if you don't like me or if you don't like the Canucks performance, but I see a 13-3 ratio already on the likes to dislikes. Not the best, but that's okay. I can live with it. I'm a big boy. But again, thank you for being here. I appreciate you taking the time to be here. So really quickly, as I said in my vlog, which I know you haven't watched yet because you're sitting here, what I actually liked the Canucks start. I thought they had a good start. They caused some power plays, which was really good. Their execution wasn't so good on the power play. They moved the puck around well in the first one, but the 5-on-3, we would have loved to see a result from that. I also like their face-off domination once again, 58 to 42%. And actually, I didn't mind their effort tonight. Yes, it didn't show on the score sheet, but I thought that they tried hard. It's not like they gave up, or so I thought they were in it until the end. At least they were working hard until the end. What I didn't like, of course, I didn't like the power play not producing. I thought Besser and Hughes had tough games. So those are a couple things I didn't like. I thought Marchand was fine. He made it over 30 saves. The 3 goals he let in, not really his fault. Tanev screening on one. The Stone was a power play, and the Tuck was a bang-bang play. I don't know how Tuck always gets behind our defense, so maybe that's another thing I didn't like. And one other thing that I talked about in my vlog, it'll be interesting to see if Travis Green makes any lineup changes. If Tyler Myers is ready to go, that's one. Probably for Benner Fantenberg. And the other thing would be is what's he going to do up front? He reunited the Lotto line for a little bit in the third period. He always shrinks his bench right in the third period, whether we're up or down, to make it a 3-line team instead of a 4-line team. And therefore, we didn't see a few guys in the third period that much. And it doesn't help that Anton Roussel keeps taking misconduct penalties, even if they're not justified or whatever. So let's get to your comments. Once again, I appreciate you being here. I expect a smaller stream tonight, even though it's Saturday night, but generally they're not as big when we lose. So let's see. We're gonna start at the 9:41 mark. So Dexter says, terrible game, Besser is awful. Yeah, I don't even remember this, Dexter or anyone else. On the very first power play, he's on the second unit now because Toffoli's back. He had a chance to feed Gaudette, who was wide open in the bumper slot. And I don't remember, Besser put a horrible pass into Gaudette's skates as opposed to on a stick. And I thought that would have been a really, really good chance for the Canucks to get an early lead. I don't know if you remember that. Maybe just give me a thumbs up or give me a hello if you remember that. It was the very first power play. Okay, Dexter says I saw that. Yeah, Besser had it on the right. Made a good play to get the puck, but then he had Gaudette wide open in the middle of all 4 guys, and he couldn't find him. I know things happen really quickly, but you would have loved to see him make a better pass there. HSM Fangirl, hi Clay, today was just a bump in the road. We will win tomorrow. Too bad it was a shutout for them. Yeah, that's good optimism. HSM Fangirl, I'd like to think that the Canucks have a good chance to win tomorrow. But yeah, they've been shut out two out of three times, which isn't good. The Canucks aren't good in their home jerseys. They're now 2-4 at home, and they're 6-1 away, and tomorrow is another home game. Landon says, hello, Landon. Harold, yeah, man, definitely need some of the positive Clay influence. I'll try my best. I'm in an okay mood, actually. Had a good day with the family. As you guys know, I was in Whistler for a couple days with my lovely wife, Gail, so we had a really good time there. But I did want to I want to be celebrating a Canucks win tonight for sure. Rome says, hello, Rome. I don't give a chuck. What's up, Clay? Hello, Paul. Nice to see you. Sebastian, what do you think is the main reason for Canucks' lack of consistency? Good games than really bad games. Sebastian, I really think it's the opponent that we're playing against. They are a good team. They are much stronger than the two teams we've beaten already in Minnesota and St. Louis. And remember, we lost 2 straight to St. Louis as well. So I'm not saying that I want us to lose tomorrow night, but I will say, remember, it's not just that the Canucks are going to exert their will every time they play. There's another team on the ice, and you would dare say the team on the ice right now is a better team than we are. So we will see what happens tomorrow. Good question, though. Kyle. Hi, Clay. Hello, Kyle. Sonny, do you think Markstrom should play next game or Demko? Because the Canucks lose is going to be a long shot for them to win the series. So you think they should put Markey since he's better? Yeah, I do think they'll play Markstrom tomorrow. I said in my vlog today, if the Canucks won tonight, that would give you more opportunity to start Demko tomorrow. It doesn't mean just because Demko's in, we're going to lose, but obviously he's not as good. So I thought if the Canucks won tonight, they'd at least have a tiny bit of breathing room to play Demko tomorrow if Markstrom looked tired for whatever reason. But Markstrom, I thought he was fine. Like I said, the 3 goals that beat him, not his fault. And we know how much of a competitor he is. So, and the fact that the Canucks lost is the biggest thing. I fully 100% expect it to be Markstrom tomorrow. Although I do think it will be Fleury. Actually, I was going to say you could go Fleury for Vegas, but how do you take Leonard out when he's shut the Canucks out 2 out of 3 games? So we'll see. Well, yeah. Wait a sec. Now I had a brain fart. Was the first game 5-0? It was, right? Yeah, it was 5-0. It was so long ago, I can't remember. But I'm pretty sure that Leonard got the shutout. Yeah, I do remember he got shut out because I was so happy when we scored 90 seconds in the game number 2. Rios, this was a must-win. We have 2 back-to-backs coming up. Vegas has the advantage because both their goalies are good and Markey will be very tired. Yeah, I've always said that Markey, you could argue, is the best of the 4 goalies. But as a tandem, I think Vegas' tandem is a little bit better just because Demko is not as experienced right now. Rome, 3 dislikes already. Show hasn't even started. 3 really salty people. And it's okay. Maybe they don't like me. Maybe they don't like my vlogs for the last 2 days. It's all right. Thank you, though, Rome. Trump, let's go Vegas. Okay, that's fine. Landon, tough loss. We'll try to get them next time. We'll try, but it's obviously easier said than done. Dexter, the 5 crown line. Pearson, 1 for being a king. Toffoli, 1 for being a king. Pedersen, 3 in Sweden's logo. Trey Connor. Yeah. Also, when Eriksson was playing with the Sedins, I called them the triple crown line as well. But yes, they could be the quadruple crown line, and Pedersen can take up 3 of those 5 crowns. Nice, Dexter. That's nice. Rios, man, I feel like there's some players that have injuries. Yeah, I definitely think Miller is playing hurt. A couple people noticed that he didn't take any faceoffs in the first period, so I think he's definitely one of them for sure. And it makes sense, right? In a typical playoff series, guys get hurt every round. You hear of the Stanley Cup winners or losers having a lot of injuries, and that's 4 rounds. This is already the 3rd round. The winning team will have to actually win 5 rounds, which is crazy this year. Or at least play through 5 rounds. Sonny, why is Besser so inconsistent? He's been playing awful. You could say that other top players didn't step up, but most times they do, and Besser never does. Do you think he'll be like this his whole career? Yes, Sonny. I think he is going to be a little streaky. Of course, we love him when he's playing well, and we love the character that he is. But on the ice, the results or lack thereof speak for themselves in the last little bit. And maybe the Canucks knew that. Maybe that's why they only signed him for a 3-year contract as opposed to a long-term deal. So we shall see. We obviously all want him to do better. Rios, Travis feels so down in the press conference. I will have to watch that later. Dexter, Besser isn't even inconsistent anymore. He's consistently bad. Ooh, that's tough. Justin, trade Besser for a D-man in the offseason. He's lost his pep now that he thinks he won't be traded. Yes, but he's also, as he continues to play poorly, his trade value goes down a little bit. But I like him. I still like him, and I think he can be a big part of this team. Yochin, what happened to Bess? He was so good in his rookie year. He literally sucks now, creates no chance. Well, Yochin, I don't think Besser sucks, but I do think he had a decent regular season because more attention was put on Miller and Pedersen and Hughes. But yeah, we do need him. We do need him to contribute for sure. Landon, Roussel is embarrassing. I hate to say it. Yeah, he's not really doing much aside from taking 10-minute misconducts. Dexter, I saw that. My dad and I were yelling. That was the whole Besser missed pass to Gaudette. Pekka says, horrible, embarrassing game. Rios, Canucks need to take advantage on the power play. Yes, they got to take advantage. That's 1 or 2 goals a game that you can't say they should get automatically, but that would help a lot. Let's put it that way. Pekka says, OMG, can't freaking buy a goal. I think if Vegas wins tomorrow, it's basically done, perhaps, but let's cross that bridge when we get to it for sure. I'm not handing in the series right now. Fillmore, Best just needs to shoot the puck. He does need to shoot. Pekka, the boys are tired. Roussel needs to fight Reeves. No, that's not going to do anything. He's going to get smoked. And if Reeves smokes him, that's going to give Vegas even more pep. And I don't think the boys are tired. They had 4 days between games. I actually thought they had a decent effort today, but they just didn't execute well. Landon, the problem is Leonard is good for Canucks. He is very good. Michael, I missed goals 1 and 2. Yeah, the first goal was another basically long pass through the neutral zone. And then Alex wasn't in the air this time, it was on the ice. But both Beagle and Sutter got caught out of position, and Alex Tuck split the two D-men who were basically covering wingers on the board. So he went up the middle and beat Markstrom. Second goal, Hughes made a poor play trying to clear the puck. It became an odd man situation, and then Tanev ended up screening Markstrom as White Cloud scored. So not really Markstrom's fault for sure. Dexter, Miller can't be on the right side on the PP anymore. There's no flow, and the passes don't work. One-touch passes with a righty on that side, and the one time he needs to have it. Yeah, I did like the way they looked when they put Besser on that wing somehow. So whether you put Besser or Toffoli a right-hand shot there, yeah, it just opens up. With Miller, you see, they do the same thing every time. He comes up to the blue line, he gets ahead of his team, and then at least they're saying he's going on his downhill side. But you're right, it's very slow. Although, as a left-hand shot, it's easier to get the pass down to Toffoli and then up to Horvat for that quick one-timer in the bumper, which he almost converted on. Justin, the Kings line would deliver. Pearson, Toffoli, Petey, forget the Lotto line. Yeah, we'll see. Dexter, they should have pulled Markey sometime in the third to rest him for tomorrow. Yeah, unless they thought that they had a chance to win still. And Markstrom probably wouldn't have liked that. Rios, Canucks haven't been in this position the whole playoffs, trailing 2-1 in the series. That's right. They went up on St. Louis 2-1, and they were up on... Sorry, they went up on Minnesota 2-1, and they were up on St. Louis 2-0 actually before it came 2-2. But yes, they have not trailed a series this far deep. The only time they trailed a series was 1-0 against Minnesota. Dexter, and then of course 1-0 against Vegas. Dexter, the 3 goals that beat him were all bullets. Yeah, and all top corner. Dexter, all 4 of Leonard's wins against Canucks have been shutouts. That's not very good. Nux, we need to put Virtanen with Petey and Miller. Virtanen with Petey and Miller gives them some speed for sure. Yeah, and I know they had success that one game. We shall see. Sebastian, is it time to worry about Besser? Doesn't seem to be finding any open ice and seems slow. He's struggling. There's no doubt about it for sure. Dexter, maybe Miller didn't take faceoffs because he was Horvat. Yeah, but usually Horvat will do one side and Miller will do the other side. But you're right. Horvat is a faceoff beast. That's a good point. But sometimes Miller goes in there for a different look, especially on one side. I can't remember which side it is, but often Miller does take draws as well. 6-string religion. I miss Myers. Other than he loves the penalty box, he really is such a solid D. Yeah, I think they're showing that that he's being missed. And don't forget, despite his size, he's really good at, not really good, he's good at getting the puck out of our end. Much better to say than Ben or Fantenberg. Rios, I feel like Hughes is injured too. He hasn't been playing like he was. Yeah, he gets caught out in long shifts. He makes a couple of mistakes, which is fine. But another thing that he did is you saw when he took that tripping penalty, he almost gave up. And you want to see him at least either hit the guy back or at least touch the puck so the Vegas doesn't have a chance to gain control. Yeah, I thought Hughes had a weaker game today too. James, too much hate for Besser, especially my group chat today. I need some positivity, Clay. Yeah, James, I'm still a Besser fan, but I think we can safely say that we do need him to contribute for sure. Dexter, Hughes has been under hard pressure. He needs to adjust. Yeah, they're playing him hard for sure. Landon, they should put McEwen in for Roussel. Roussel is playing dirty. Yeah, McEwen certainly doesn't have Roussel's experience, but maybe it is time for a change just to get that whole distraction, if you call it, out of the way. Roussel didn't do much. Voodoo, Alyssa is wondering what time the game is tomorrow. I believe it's 7:30. Yeah, okay, next, there it is. Michael, will Michael Furlan be back for the Canucks, be back with the Canucks next season? He won't be back this season because he's left the bubble. Next season, I think they're going to give him every opportunity to try and make it back. Going to be a long road back for him, though, for sure. Harold, win or lose, this team is heading in the right direction. I agree, but I'm not satisfied just to say we made it to this round. We have a chance. We know we can beat this team. Maybe not 4 out of 7, but yes, I agree. The team is definitely heading in the right direction. Rome, I feel the extra days off hurt the Canucks momentum and gave Vegas time to regroup. Yeah, but it also gave everyone a chance to rest, but that's fair, Rome. Roussel should have gotten that 10 minutes. Yeah, I'm not sure what that was about. I think the refs are being uncharacteristically or unfairly hard on him. Harold, Hoglander, Ulevi, Podkolzin, future looking solid. I agree. Jet Wu as well. Yep. Third pairing D, I think. Rome. I hope the Canucks do not trade Besser, key component for the future. Nuck says Cole Lynn. Sebastian, in your opinion, what does postponing sports games do, if anything, for the social justice cause? Good question, Sebastian. In my opinion, if it is about creating awareness, it might not create immediate change, but if it strengthens the Hockey Diversity Alliance, to use the NHL, if it shows a united front and it has players, management, coaches, and fans stop even for 1 or 2 days just to pay more attention to what's going on, whether you agree with certain viewpoints or not, then I think that's what it does for the social justice cause. It is now you have probably more people talking about it than you would have if the games were not postponed. That's a good question, Sebastian. Joe, weak effort. I disagree. I thought the Canucks had a decent, not great, but decent effort. But I think Vegas was a better team. Sonny, trade Besser. There's another trade Besser. Joe says bottom line was a weak effort. Luis, do you see Ulevi playing consistently next season? I think he's going to be given every shot to make the team next season. He's on the left side, though, so you already have Edler one more year. You have Hughes. But if if they don't resign Vandenberg, then he'll be battling for Ben for the third, and Jack Rathbone. So basically, Ulevi, Rathbone, and Ben battling for that third spot on the left side. Of course, if we lose both Tanev and Stetcher, then Ben could slide over the right side like he's been playing in this postseason. Dexter, did anyone else see Virtanen have the space to drive the net, but instead went to the perimeter? I did not see that. I don't remember that, but I know there was some feedback on Twitter that he needs to drive the net there. So I have to look that up. Feedback, Ben looked remarkably slow versus Tuck on the goal. Is he that slow? Yeah, Ben is slow, but as the panel pointed out, that wasn't actually on the defenseman. It was actually on both Beagle and Sutter. Neither of them picked up Tuck coming through the neutral zone because Ben and Vandenberg were properly taking the wingers. That's their job. Joe says Ben is slow. Justin, Roussel had a good series against Minnesota. Reeves was taunting him, calling him chicken. I'd like to see him answer the bell, especially if another game gets out of hand. We'll see, Justin. I just don't know how much that will do. Armin, Miller injured. Yeah, I remember he's taken at least 2 block shots to the hand, and maybe it's just a culmination of injuries to a hand or thumb, but speculation is that he's injured. Michael, we might be disappointed with the Canucks tonight. We need to remember to stay positive. We have a chance to tie the series. Yep, we get to do it all again tomorrow, which is cool. Joe says, Michael, they can tie, but they have to win a best of 3. Yeah, but you take it one game at a time. Rome, I think Miller's injured. Yeah, James, Sebastian. If it gets people talking like we're doing now, getting awareness is the first step to fundamental change. James, well said. I would agree with that. Farwin, tough loss, but let's be honest. We didn't expect to beat the Knights in a quick, short series. We knew it'd be a long, hard series. We want to beat the Knights. Go Canucks. Yep, we're only down 2-1. There's your positivity. Joe, anyway, I believe they can win, but they can't phone it in, not even for one shift. Yes, Vegas is too good. You cannot phone it in. I agree. Alyssa, hey, fan from Paris. That is awesome, Alyssa. Welcome. Bonjour, bonsoir. No, it must be bonjour right now. So thank you for being here. Love the Canucks, but such a bad game. Who do you think we should trade? Well, listen, we're not going to trade anyone right now because you can't trade anyone in the middle of the playoffs. But I don't think the Canucks need to trade anyone because they're going to naturally have to make some decisions on re-signing players unless they think they can get something for a Virtanen or a Demko before losing, i.e. Demko in an expansion draft. But I don't think they're thinking about trading anyone right now. Voodoo. Alyssa is asking, do you think we need a better defense? Yeah, our defense isn't strong. There's a big drop-off after Hughes, and then you could say Tanev and Edler and Myers, and sometimes Stetcher. Stetcher's up and down, a little streaky. And then Ben and Vandenberg aren't that good. They're okay. They've actually played well in this postseason. Joe, you win the Stanley Cup by going 100% in mind, heart, and body, 100% of the time on each shift. I don't disagree. Rios, I hope Myers is back tomorrow. Me too. Joe says good luck. Feedback, would Oilers do a Besser for Ethan Bear trade, offense for defense? Is Ethan Bear a right shot guy? I don't know. I think the Oilers would probably do that. No, but the Oilers have enough offensive players. They need defense too. So I don't know if they would trade one of their defensemen. Tough to say. Sonny, I think McCune for Roussel will benefit the Canucks. We shall see. Alyssa is asking, okay, Rios, what lineup change do you think the Green will make tomorrow? I don't know. I think it's Myers if he's ready, and then you take out Ben or Fantenberg and put the other guy on the left side. And then would I put McEwen in for Roussel? Yeah, if Travis Green shortens his bench in the third period anyways, then that's a move that you could do, but I'm not sure if he will. He really likes his veterans, as we know. Landon, don't trade Besser, but if he keeps playing like this, let's keep him for more time. We'll see. Yeah, you could argue that he's actually hurting his trade value with his subpar play, but I'm definitely not on the trade Besser train for sure. Just realized that my camera's a little high, but that's okay. Oh, yeah, that's better. All right, let's keep on going. Gary, power play, people standing around. Yeah, they need more movement for sure. Justin, the Knights have a defenseman, White Cloud. He's from an indigenous part of Canada. I like him. Yeah, no, for sure. Rios, Vertanen was one-on-one and he just stopped. Dexter, someone get Besser's skating coach and get Pavel Barber to work with him in the summer. Well, I know that Horvat's worked with a skating coach before. I don't know who Pavel Barber is. Is that someone who's good? Arsenal, what do you think about Besser's effort? Doesn't like it, wants to take a hit, always backs away when somebody that's close to him. I thought Besser was okay. I think offensively he's not executing, but I saw a decent effort from him. I saw him, get into it on the boards a little bit. But yeah, he's not the grittiest player you'll ever meet, that's for sure. Sonny, do you think this will be the best Canucks team? Because if you look at the Preds, they were such a good team, then they started to fall off. Do you think the team will get better? I think this team can get better once they rid themselves of contracts like Louis Eriksson and maybe in a couple years, Roussel, Beagle, Sutter. Although they do bring a lot to this team, then you're going to have to spend money on Hughes and Pettersson, but then you have Höglander and Podkolzin coming in at the exact same time on entry-level contracts. So I think this team can get better if they upgrade their D, quite frankly, Sonny. Rios, man, Besser, I'm actually worrying a bit about his future if he's ever going to get a shot back. Yeah, we haven't seen it, that's for sure. Steven Sports, if we beat the defending champions, we can beat Vegas. Yeah, although Vegas is playing better than St. Louis, obviously, but yeah, I'm still optimistic. Rios, are you nearby the Richmond Fire? And I hope you're safe. Ooh, Rios, I don't know anything about the Richmond Fire. I haven't been on Twitter with respect to news, so let me know where it is. If you can let me know where it is, then I can tell you how close I am to it. Dexter, right-hand D is there. Good to know. Sonny, Eriksson, Bigo, Roussel, first line. I don't know about that. Farwood, we need some better D and a heavier bottom six. Our bottom six is so weak, except Mott. Not impressed with Gaudette either. Yeah, Gaudette's trying hard, but he's not a difference maker right now, for sure. And yes, we do need to upgrade our blue line for sure. I think that needs to be the priority for the off season for sure. Rome, time for the bottom six to step it up. They will have to step up their game to take some pressure off the top six. Indeed, and that's one of the reasons why we beat the St. Louis Blues is Mott and Sutter and others had really big series. Michael, will the Canucks be back in the Stanley Cup playoffs next year? Yeah, I think they'll be a playoff team. It's too hard to tell how far they'll go, but I think they could be a playoff team for sure. Dexter Gaudette had effort day. Yeah, he works hard. Hey, what's up? What do you think about Sutter? I thought Sutter was awesome against Minnesota. I thought he was okay against St. Louis, and he hasn't been very noticeable, although he's been okay on the penalty kill. Dexter, look Pavel Barber up on YouTube. He's worked with Vertanen. He's very good. Okay, good. I know. So Vertanen has worked with this guy. I know Bo Horvat has done some skating as well a few seasons ago. Sonny, why do you think Besser is playing like this? I don't know if it's injury, if it's confidence, or if they're just shutting him down. It's tough to say, Sonny. I don't know. Dexter, Barber is good. Okay, I take your word for it. Michael, when the Canucks had nothing happening today, I was yelling move. Yeah, they were static at times, but I thought the effort was okay. Arsenal, Ben is so slow and he has a really tough time handling the puck. It's very noticeable. In my opinion, he shouldn't play. Well, then it will be Myers coming in for him. Brendan, tough game for Besser. Looked lost most of the game. Craig, recycling plant was burning earlier today. Thanks, Craig. Didn't know that. So no, that's not very close to me, but thank you for asking, Rios. HSM Fangirl, if and when the Canucks win the Cup, we should all celebrate here on YouTube. Do you think they have a chance this year? Yes, of course. I think they have a chance. They're one of 8 teams left. It's gone from 24 to 16 to 8. So they have a chance. It's not a big chance, but they have a chance. Rios, River Road in number 7. Thank you. Justin, let's go, boys. We got to even up the series. I like that. Jaden, how many seasons before the Canucks become a true Cup contender? Well, you could argue that as the final 8, that they're a Cup contender now, depending on what happens in the series, right? They win the series, then the final 4, then you have to say they're a Cup contender. I said one of my Zoom interviews, and Thomas Drance, when I was interviewing him, laughed me out of my own interview. I said 4 to 5 years. He said it's got to be 2 to 3 years. I said 4 to 5 because that's when Pettersson and Hughes will be in the prime of their careers. Thomas Drance said it was more like 2 to 3 years. So we'll see. But maybe 2 to 3 years is more realistic because the Canucks are way ahead of where I thought they'd be this season. Michael, when the power play was so weak, I was yelling move. Yeah, a lot of yelling. Craig, 15360 Knox Way. Thank you. Thank you, Craig, for that. Sonny, if you had to do a 1-for-1 trade for Pettersson, who would it be? The only guys I would, like, obviously contracts notwithstanding, I would take Connor McDavid. I would take Nathan McKinnon. And I would take hard looks at Draisaitl and Matthews. Yeah, but definitely I would take, if it was 1-for-1, of course the other team has to agree, which they wouldn't. I would take McDavid and McKinnon for sure. But there aren't a lot of other players that I would take, given Pettersson's youth and his contract status. There aren't a lot of players that I would take over him, quite frankly. Sonny, 1-for-1 for trade for Besser, that list is a little longer, admittedly. Brendan, I thought the Canucks were floating for too much of the game. Yeah, I thought they're okay. Farwin, I think we should trade Sutter because he has some value. We should also trade for Tannen and Stetcher too. For Tannen has value from the regular season. I'd say Beagle would be a good trade too. Yeah, that's tough to say, Farwin, because guys are different contract situations, UFAs, RFAs. But I hear your point is we could move some of these guys. Brendan, need more urgency? I don't disagree there. Rios, I say 1 to 3 years, no cap. No cup or no cap? Trump, Vegas in 5. Okay, so you're not saying Vancouver's going to win another game. HSF Fangirl, Vancouver in 6 or 7 is my prediction. I said Vancouver in 7. Still hopeful. A little tougher now. Arsenal, do you think Markstrom plays all the games for the rest of the series if it goes 7, including the 2 back-to-backs? I do think he'll play tomorrow, and then you have a night off. So I do think he would play actually the rest of the series if necessary. I think he's wired to. Landon, it would have been good if we scored a goal tonight, judging on our shots and our chances. Yeah, we had chances. The other thing I noticed about Markstrom, I'm not blaming him on any of the goals he did let in, but he seemed to be like kind of more scrambly than he used to be. Or maybe Vegas was really good at moving the puck across the crease or deflecting pucks. But there are a couple times where Markstrom seemed to leave a lot of the net open, and you just kind of look to see if the puck got behind him, where Leonard seemed to be more kind of static and not giving up a lot of chances. And maybe that's because the Canucks weren't creating chances. Rios, what do you think we did wrong this game? I think our power play was the main thing because, yeah, that's a huge difference maker, especially on a 5-on-3. We got to score there. Sonny says Vegas in 8. Rios says Canucks in 2. Well, both of you are going to be wrong. Farwin, although I'm hard on the Canucks, the overall picture is that we are really blessed to have a great young team. I love the positive chats on the channel. Keep up the good work, Clay. Thank you, Farwin. I appreciate it. And I think you're a relatively new viewer and subscriber, so I appreciate you being here. JB97, I think we should trade Louis. I know we have that record, but he hasn't showed any really good signs. Just maybe, yeah, but no one's going to take Louis. That's the tricky thing. Because of his contract, no one's going to take him. We might just have to let him play it out over the next 2 seasons. Sonny, what do you think Demko's potential is? Maybe a prime Markstrom? I'll tell you this. I know firsthand in talking to people in the Canucks organization that they had Luongo-type hopes for Demko. Those are huge, huge shoes to fill. I think he can be a starter for sure. So that's why I don't think the Canucks will want to lose him for nothing in the expansion draft. Although there's going to be a lot of good goaltenders, it's so tricky to say. That's going to be fascinating to watch. But I do think Demko has the potential to be a number 1 for sure. Michael, hey, Trump is watching. Yeah, I know. I got to watch what I say. Brendan, I don't like Pearson on line with Pettersson. I think he needs someone more reliable to finish. What are your thoughts on that? Well, Pearson's actually a decent finisher, but he's not the fastest guy. So I'm okay if the guy on the other side is strong like Toffoli. I'm okay with that right now. But who knows? Maybe they go back to the Lotto line and they go with Horvat between Pearson and Toffoli just to change things up. Rio says, Beam, we've been trying to. Yeah, trying to trade Louis. Good point. Armin, why can't we buy out Louis' contract only 2 years? Yeah, you can buy it out, but it's still, a certain amount still counts against the cap. So, yeah, that's funny. I totally forgot about Louis Eriksson ever since Toffoli came back. It's only been 2 games. 21 airball. Hey, Martin. Hey, Clay. Still feeling upset that Chadwick Boseman had passed away. Wakanda forever. Yeah, it was a rough couple days for sure. Betty, we should trade Besser and Louis for a good player. Yeah, I don't know if that package is going to get. I mean, I don't know how Louis Bessner is a huge sweetener for that. Jaden, DiPietro potential, tweener. I don't think he's going to be a starter, but I think he's going to be an adequate backup for sure. I think he works his butt off, but I am a tiny bit worried about his size, but that doesn't mean he can't be a good goalie. I simply haven't seen him play enough right now. Landon, who do you think Seattle will take from us? It depends who we expose. If we expose Demko, there's a good chance, but it's tough to say, right? Because Hughes does not have to be protected, which is good. So then, do we even have 3 defensemen that we can even protect? Maybe you go with eight skaters as opposed to 4, 4, and 1, or whatever the numbers are, 6, 3, and 1, 5, 3, and 1. I can't remember now how many we're allowed for. I think it's 6 actually. 6 forwards, 3 D-men, and 1 defenseman. We'll see. That's a really good question. But I think the Demko is the wild card right now for sure. Craig, I would agree about Demko. He has been impressive in his appearances this year before the pandemic. Yeah, started off slow, but then he was coming to his own as the season ended. Landon, RIP, Chadwick, Boseman. Sonny, what are the Canucks' chances to win the Cup in the next 5 years? I wouldn't say they're good. It's hard to say that any team has a good chance of winning, but I think they'll be making the playoffs the majority of the next 5 years. I'll say that. Justin, will the Canucks re-sign Pettersson and Hughes for sure? 100% guaranteed. They got to. They got to. I can't see how they wouldn't. They're considered steals at 5 and 7 in the draft. You keep those guys. 21. So game 7 for Canucks, perhaps. That's what I'm hoping. Arsenal, Justin says to Justin, fair, but playing Markstrom 5 games in 7 days is a little much. That screams injury. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. They don't have to travel, which is good, but that is a lot. But he might get some really good off-ice treatment for sure. Farwin, in order to keep Demko, maybe we should offer a pick to Seattle or DiPietro. People offered picks like that. Vegas, Louis' contract is structured, so we have a huge cap hit if he was bought out. I agree with all that. And yeah, one thing though that GMs are not going to do is they're not going to say, hey, we'll trade you this guy as long as you don't touch this guy, because it burns so many teams. It's why Vegas got so good. It's how Florida lost both Riley Smith and Jonathan Marchessault. That's how Anaheim lost Shea Theodore. So I think GMs are going to be a little bit smarter this time. JR97, how much longer do you think Toffoli is going to stay with us? I personally think we should keep him as long as we can. See, here's the debate. Toffoli is older than Besser. And I'm afraid that if we choose Toffoli, if we resign Toffoli, we might be regretting his contract in year 3, 4, or 5. I like Toffoli a lot. He was kind of invisible today, but I think Besser still has better potential. So that's a good question. Brendan, what are your thoughts on Hughes' play this series? He struggled for sure. I don't know if he's hurt, but I think Vegas has really taken away his time and space. Hughes has got the 1 point in 3 games, slowed down definitely after dominating St. Louis, but Vegas had a chance to scout him and plan for him. So I still think he can turn it around, but he struggled for sure. Michael, why can't we just buy out Eriksson? As we said, the cap, it'll still count against our cap hit a little bit. Not, of course, the full $6 million a year, but a significant part will count. I think it's 1.5 a year. Sonny, did I see the video where Bieksa interviews Hamhuis and gets a bit naughty? I don't remember that one, so I have to look that up. HSM Fango, does this pandemic delay the expansion draft? No, that'll still happen at the end of next year's season. If anything, it'll be delayed by a month or 2 at the most. Feedback, Canucks deserve credit. Canada's best team, but often trouble scoring. Score 0 or 1. Why is it? Virtanen and Besser have bad shots now. Yeah, and they're not shooting enough, and because Virtanen's got a wicked release. I would love to see him shoot more. But Vegas is doing a good job of clogging lanes as well and keeping us to the outside. Rios, the Canucks were 4-5-0 in the second half back-to-backs in the regular season, and Vegas was 9-2 in the second half of back-to-backs. So what are you saying, Rios? You're saying we don't have a chance? But it doesn't matter. In keeping Besser, he's a fan favorite too. Some fans would cry if he left. Yeah, I think some fans would be upset if Besser left, but I think the Canucks always got to look at doing what's best for the team. Sonny, I know this is a dumb question, but can't Louis just ask for less in his contracts or give Canucks $4 million from his contracts? Sonny, I wouldn't say that's a dumb question. I would say that's a very unrealistic question, because would you give $4 million or $2 million back to the team when you, in essence, earned that contract? You could have signed anywhere else, but you signed here because the Canucks agreed to give you $36 million over 6 years. You cannot blame him for wanting to keep that money. Rob, can you lose more than one player in the expansion draft? No, you can't. Once one player is gone, that's it, done. Farwin, we will only get 1 million in cap relief if we buy him out. That would be a waste, in my opinion. I'd say we put him in the AHL unless he has a no movement clause. Yeah, no, you can put him in the AHL, and I've heard many people suggesting we do that and just try and make him quit, which is kind of mean. Fast for nothing. Hughes looked weak out there. Yeah, he struggled today. JR97, Besser has been really key on our team, especially when he's on the line with PD. Yep, I still have hope for Besser for sure. Rios, why doesn't Louis get traded to the Wings for a 7th? Well, you have to ask the Wings. TJ, do you think Roussel needs to tone down the antics? I do. I think he's getting targeted maybe a little unfairly, but he got to be smart enough to know that and just not do anything stupid. Seth, NFL restructures contracts all the time. Would be nice if we could. Yeah, NHL don't do that. Brendan, Vegas is a tough team to break down. Super structured, have a lot of skill. Yeah, they're fast and they're big and they're skilled. That's 3 tough things. And we are fast, we are skilled, we are not so big. Jaden, when is Roussel most effective? He's effective when he's mucking it up, when he's skating, right? We saw that nice goal he scored against Minnesota. So he can move. He's got some decent hands, but he's got to be going to the net, causing havoc, but playing within the rules and not taking dumb penalties. Although it's funny, misconducts, you don't go shorthanded. So I guess that's a saving grace, but you simply put yourself in the penalty box for 10 minutes and you disrupt the flow of the lines for sure. Farwin, what do you think it would take to trade for Reeves? Oh, it would take a lot. He's a 4th liner, but he's a very valuable 4th liner. I think it would take a roster player, at least a roster player for sure. And how do you equate it? How do you do fair value? That's a tough one. But yeah, I don't think Vegas would be interested in trading him. TJ, what do you think is the key to win Game 4? I'd say skate. Do everything you did well in Game 2. Skate hard, cause turnovers, and make sure your power play is clicking. Rio says 3 cents. I'm not sure what that is. Is that what it would take to trade for Reeves? Sonny, Besser's been tearing up in the playoffs. I'm so proud of him this year. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't win the Selke Trophy. Sonny, are you talking about Besser or are you talking about Pettersson? Let me know. Farwin, then I'll pay $1. Okay, so we're up to $1 now. JB, I think the Canucks are going to win in the next 3 or 4 years. They're too young to think they're supposed to lose. They could be really dangerous in the league. Yeah, and I think Hughes and Pettersson have helped speed up the rebuild here. Sonny says, I'm talking about Besser. Okay, well, your own acronym suggests how serious you are. Landon, we should have at least scored once on one of our power plays. Yeah, we needed to. HSM Fangirl, who did Vancouver trade for Toffoli? Completely forgot, it's been so long. A couple things. The biggest piece of that was Tyler Madden, one of our prospect centers. He was in that trade. And I think was Tim Schaller in that trade as well. Yeah, and then a draft pick. So there's a lot. It was a big haul for him for sure. Brendan, what are some players you think at the top of your head that Canucks can improve and bring in during the offseason? There's guys like, would you say Travis Hamonic is an improvement? Would you say Tyson Barrie is an improvement? Guys like that, right shot demon might help, but then you got to spend money to bring those guys in. But I like both of those players, for instance. Rios, Besser, the least thing to Selke, to be honest. Michael, I would be heartbroken if one of our top guys get traded, but Louis can go. Yeah, Louis not one of our top guys. TJ, I don't think we should put Besser on PP2, meaning put someone else there, TJ, or keeping Besser on PP1. Now we have 6 guys who you could argue could play on PP1 between Besser, Toffoli, Horvat, Pettersson, Hughes, and Miller. But yeah, I would like a right shot on that left side just to change the look up a little bit. Faster than nothing. Besser can't pass. He's just throwing grenades out there. Faster than nothing. I agree with you completely. He's not a good passer. And I noticed this during the regular season too. His passes are so dang hard. They are like grenades. He basically passes it as hard as he shoots, which isn't great. Not a lot of touch on his passes. Farwin, I would not trade Besser. We've all seen how deadly he can be. Plus, he is so young and rather beef up our D, like I said before, to open up more space for our young core. Yeah, we got to improve our D as opposed to trading Besser. I agree. Feedback. Wonder Ferland will be forced out. $4 million a year was expected to be a key guy. Besser $6 million. That's a lot in the cap. Yeah, I don't think you can. I don't think it's moral to force the guy out. You can inquire to see if Ferland is going to hang it up, but you owe the player, whether or not it works, a chance to work his way back in the lineup. So I thought about this too. That is a lot of cap savings for sure. Brendan, how much money are we going to have this offseason? Not a lot, right? Yeah, we have like $16 million to sign 10 guys. It's not a lot. So we're going to have to work some magic for sure. I think it's more like $20 million for 10 guys. Crush Anita, is Hoglander ready next year? No, I've seen stuff that he could come as early as 2021, but my guess is him and Podkolzin start 2 seasons from now, not next season. Isles Girl, hello Kim. Hi, hey Clay, sorry about your boys. No problem, thank you. I accept your condolences and congrats to your team. A very big win for you. So you guys are up 2-1, we're down 2-1. Both series aren't over, but I would much rather be in your situation than in ours. And yeah, the Islanders look good. So Kim, congratulations to you and thanks for being on here. Rios, Justin Schultz, Sami Vatanen. Yeah, I like Vatanen. Schultz is okay. Pekka, hey Clay, quick question. After the playoffs are done, will there be a regular season or a break? There'll be a regular season, but they're talking about a 2-month break. So you have the draft and you have free agency. That'll all happen. I believe the season will start in December or January. So you're going to have at least a 6 to 8 week break, I believe. Sunny, will Markstrom be here still or be effective when the Canucks win the Cup? Yeah, it depends when the Canucks win the Cup or at least are contending. But I think Markstrom's going to want a 4 or 5 year contract. So I'd say the window's got to be while he's here. Isles Girl, whoever disliked this will have to fight me. Well, I thank you, Kim. You're very sweet, and I think you are tougher than I am, so I will take you up on that offer. Firewood, if Ferland goes on LTIR, we would get extra cap space, which I think may happen. Yeah, exactly. We would actually get cap relief for his $4 million, but he's got to go on LTIR for sure. Pekka says, okay, cool. Isles Girl, what's your favorite Canuck logo design? It's this one. It's this one, especially this on the black jersey. Which one's yours, Kim? And do you know enough of them? I wouldn't blame you if you didn't know a lot about all the designs, but I do like this one for sure. Rio says, so 4-on-1, Kim. I'm not sure what that means. Oh, the fight, the 4 dislikes. Brendan, you think any guys we have to resign will take a bridge deal or take a cheaper deal? Not really, although because the cap is flat for the next little bit because of COVID, the negotiations are going to be very interesting. Stetcher will want to raise, Virtanen will want to raise. Tanev, I don't think he's going to take a gap. I think you don't sign Fantenberg. Tyler Mott might get a small raise. So no, I can't see really. Toffoli will just look elsewhere. So I don't think anyone's going to take a cut. To be honest with you, Pekka, do you think there'll be a minimum fan base in the stadium? So tough to say. I don't know how safe that is. I'll go Real's Dread question. He's talking about the 4-on-1, 4 dislikes against you. Sonny, I know this has nothing to do with the team right now, but did Kessler get traded because of Schneider's wife's affair? I don't know, Sonny. I've heard rumors, but I don't know. JB97, I really hope Markstrom will stay, but I think Seattle is going to take Markey, which would really suck. I hope they keep him. And do you think Pettersson is already a top 10 player in the NHL? I think Pettersson is borderline top 10. There's a lot of good players ahead of him still, and a couple of D-men as well. But yeah, I think he's very close to top 10 for sure. I don't think he even made the top 10 centers actually. So, but I think Pettersson will be in the top 10 by the end of next year. As opposed to Markstrom, no, I think the Canucks will protect Markstrom. Although they could sign Markstrom to some outrageous contract, which is front-loaded for the first 2 years, and then expose him, and maybe Seattle doesn't take him because the contract's too big, but that's a little bit risky, and I don't think that makes a lot of sense. Pekka says during the regular season, yeah, I'm not sure about the minimum fan base. How do you do it? Do you put in like 1,000 fans in there as opposed to 18,000? That's tough to say. That is very tough to say. I don't know. I really don't know. Landon, will there be fans next season? Yeah, but it might not be at the start of the season. Michael, a few goals would be nice. Yeah. Landon Clay, how many Canucks jerseys do you own? I own about 8 or 9. Of current guys, it's Pettersson, Horvat, Besser, and Hughes. And then I have both Sedins. I have a Luongo, and I have a Ryan Miller, and a David Booth. Yes, I know. So I guess I have 9. So a few, but not massive. So I have 9 jerseys. Actually, the strength of my Canucks paraphernalia is my hoodies. I have over a dozen hoodies and jackets. I think I added up on one of my tweets one time. I think I have about 16 or 18 hoodies and hoodies and sweaters. Then just 4 or 5 t-shirts, 9 jerseys, a golf shirt, and a couple hats. I think that's what it is right now. Rios, yeah, 4 dislikes. Pekka, my favorite jersey is the new special alternate jersey from the season. Yeah, that was nice. My favorite is the whale shooting out of the sea. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Some people in Vancouver don't like that one, Kim. But that's a good description. The whale shooting out of the sea. Nuts and bolts. Did I tell you guys it's a hard knocks life followed by roar? I think you did. Isles, Reels, yep, bring it. Kim's the best. Farwan, if Markey gets a no movement clause, then I believe Seattle can't take him. That's correct. Isles, please say the Islanders fisherman. You know, Kim, what I was thinking? The Islanders fisherman jerseys are really ugly. Pekka, LOL. Kim says, did you see the shot malfunction? Pekka, they are. Rios, Char's a UFA? I did not know that. Marty, have there been any discussion on the ice quality so far this playoffs? Lots of talk about summer hockey and lots of games on the same surface from media early on, but I haven't heard what players think. Yeah, the fact that we haven't heard a lot about complaints and that Edmonton was among the best ice in the entire league already, I think it hasn't been an issue. Isles Girl says, you think he retires? I think you're talking about Chara, perhaps. Sonny, why did you get a David Booth jersey and a Ryan Miller jersey? Ryan Miller was given to me. David Booth, I actually had high hopes for him when he came to the Canucks, so that's why I got it, quite frankly. And it's funny, we actually won a second one as a season ticket holder, jersey off the back, so my season ticket partner Mike took that, so we both have David Booth jerseys. Phil, regardless of the results, Canucks did well this year and will only get better. That said, we need Myers and McEwen in there. We need to match Vegas size. Yeah, I think I'd take Myers in before McEwen for sure. Pekka, Clay, do you own any autographed memorabilia of the Canucks? I do. I have a few things like a pennant, jerseys. You know, I have one jersey, a Henrik jersey that I have a lot of Canucks signed. Luongo signed my Luongo jersey, and my son has a Bo Horvat autographed golf cap when he caddied for him 5 years ago. But it's funny, I'm not a big autograph seeker, whether it's jerseys or caps or memorabilia. I'm also not a big selfie picture guy. I just like hanging out, not because I think I'm so cool and that I'm their peer, but when I volunteer at a lot of the Canucks functions or when I'm filming music videos, it's more just kind of, hey, how you doing? You know, thanks for doing stuff for the team. Or, I mean, thanks for playing for the team. Big fan, season ticket holder, da. So not a big autograph guy, admittedly. Rios, I feel bad for Bester now. Why? Because everyone's making fun of him. Farwan, dude, are you from Richmond? I am too. I live in Saskatchewan now. Bro, it's such a dump. Are you talking about Richmond or Saskatchewan, Farwan? I think you're talking about Saskatchewan. Yes. I was born in Vancouver, but raised all my life in Richmond. I live in the Steveston area. Farron, where did you grow up? JB97. What do you think are our chances if we pass Vegas? If we pass Vegas, I think our chances are good because I think we can beat Dallas or Colorado. And then there's a crapshoot once you're in the final, whether it's Tampa, Boston, Kim's Islanders, or the Flyers. But it's going to be tough to get past Vegas for sure. But I like our chances, especially if you're down to the bottom four. Isles Girl. It said the Knights had 2,930 shots. Oh, I did not know that. That's a lot of shots. That's pretty funny. I'm sure I'll see a screenshot later about that. Crush, which Canucks prospect is NHL ready for next season? I think if anyone, it's going to be Yolevi or Rathbone and Rafferty. So I think those guys, probably Yolevi and Rafferty, have the best chance to make the team. I'd say Lind, Hoglander, Podkolzin, and Rathbone are at least a year away, or maybe just a year away. Rio said, I saw that. Slow clap for NBC from Kim. Michael, do you have a Corey Schneider Canucks jersey? No, I don't, Michael. Are you offering me? Pekka, let me know if you recognize me and my dad on your next chat. Okay, Pekka, how would I recognize you and your dad, Pekka? Like, are you going to flash a picture or let me know? But that'll be tomorrow night. Brendan, I have a signed Sanford and Cook shirt. LOL, that's cool. That's cool. Fast enough. Do you think Bertanen will be around for long? Do you believe that he is one of the players that is not going to resign with the team? I believe he isn't playing to his true potential. Okay, as an RFA, he doesn't really have a choice not to resign. Well, he can. He can take us to arbitration, but we hold all the bargaining power, of course. I think he will resign with the team, but I think the Canucks will play a bit of hardball with them. Rios, damn, you missed the comment on the reason why I feel bad for Besser. Oh, sorry, I usually don't miss comments. Type it in again, Rios. Farwan, I grew up near Thompson Community Center, went to Burnett, Richmond Rocks. I was talking about Saskatchewan. Farwan, I went to Burnett as well. Burnett than Richmond High. I think I'm a lot older than you. I graduated Richmond High in 1992. Yes, I'm a good-looking 46 years old. But that's cool that we live near the same area. What year did you come out of Burnett? And yes, you can make me feel old. That's fine. Owls Girl, I DM you the picture on Twitter. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. Landon, do you think Boucher is coming back to the main roster anytime soon? No. I think he's had his chance. He's like a really good AHL player, but I don't think he's a good NHL player. Pekka, look at my top message. Oh, Pekka, I won't have time to do that. It's probably gone already. Sonny says, we're watching you. Uh-oh. Not sure who's watching who. Nucks and Bolts, it's a hard knock life followed by Roar, so Canucks in 6. Okay, I'll take that. Fast for nothing, RFA, didn't know that. Yeah, he is. Pekka, let me know tomorrow if you can. Sure, Pekka, if we're still talking about trying to recognize you, that's fine. Nick, Canucks fans are goofs thinking they can still beat the Knights. Come on, Nick, be nicer than that. But we're faithful, we're optimistic in our team. Sonny, I'm not sure what any of those words mean, Sonny, and I hope you're not trying to make me swear on here. Nylander, first time posting. Welcome, Nylander, from Toronto, jumping on the bandwagon. Canucks win game 4. Well, you're welcome on the bandwagon or the fan wagon. Nylander, thanks for watching. I know it's late out there, but it's Saturday. It's the weekend. So thanks for coming on and come back anytime. Make sure you sub. Pekka, my message at 10:30. Can you see it? Your message at 10:30. Let me know tomorrow if you can. That's all I see, Pekka. That's all I see. Will, on my first jersey as a kid, I got it signed by Sala and Malhotra. Best day of my life. That's awesome. Marty, I just looked at my playoff beard in the mirror. May have to revoke my own membership from the GLCPC. Well, Marty, the GLCPC is self-admitting, but it is self-restricting and kicking out as well. So that's up to you. I'm not here to judge. I would have do playoff beard, but I need about 15 years to grow it. Farwin, I grad in 2001. Crazy, man. We went to the same high school. It changed a lot since the 90s. No more portable buildings. Yeah, that's true. And Farwin, I was student council president back in the day at Burnett, but I'm 10 years older than you, at least. Brennan, my dad went to Richmond High. I think he's a little older than you, though. Oh, that's cool, Brennan. Well, Brennan, depends on how old you are, but yes, I'm a Richmond High grad from 1992. Very cool. So we do have some Richmond folk in the chat today. Michael, I have been living in Penticton since 2006. Nice, nice, nice. Rios, those are Indian swear words. Well, thank God I didn't say them then. Nick, do you think they're playing Fleury tomorrow? You know, I thought they would, Nick, but then the fact that Leonard has shut the Canucks out 2 out of 3 games, I don't know how you don't go back to him. It's so tough to say. That's going to be a very interesting decision. JB97, Vertanen should stay with us, but I think he should be a little more aggressive on the puck. His speed could really be dangerous in the league. He's got all the tools, speed, good shot, skill, size, but he just hasn't put it all together yet for whatever reason. Lefty, hello, what's happening? Welcome, Lefty. Rome, think they go with Leonard tomorrow. Nick, how many more lob passes, goals is Alex Tuch going to get? Yeah, he's you think the Canucks would have scouted that by now, right? Tuch's speed is very noticeable. Nucks and Bolts, if there are no toothless YouTube videos using Roar, yeah, we're done. Okay, Rios, Besser was playing with a heavy heart because he lost a family member. Are you talking about overall this season or today? Lefty, Vertanen will never be dangerous in his league. Come on now. Yeah, he's got the potential, but it's 5 years in now. Rios, that's why I feel bad. No, I hear what you're saying. Nick, Islanders are slept on. Yeah, they're a good team. Landon, my dad has been living in Richmond until he moved here in Ladner for where I am now. Gotcha. Nylander, love Edler's body check and Riley Smith. Yeah, that was massive. And it looked like Smith wasn't going to get up, and then he got up. Pekka, that's me and my dad on Facebook. Who's me and my dad on Facebook? We collect sports autographs. That's awesome. But Pekka, when you say that's me and my dad, what are you talking about? Are you talking about when you say that's me and my dad? Did you send me a picture or something? I'm a little confused. Rios, today, one of his cousins. Oh, I did not know that, Rios. Thank you. Armin, how do you know? Pekka says on Facebook. Okay, I guess I have to look up Pekka Sports on Facebook. If that's what you mean? Nick, if you get rid of one player on the Knights, who would it be? Are you talking about that's being a pain in our butt? Well, Alex Tuch has been very noticeable, but Mark Stone, I think, is your most dangerous player, or I'm not sure if you're from Vegas. Mark Stone is the most dangerous player. So if I had to get rid of him in a nice, non-violent kind of way, he just wasn't playing for a reason, or they didn't have him, I think Mark Stone, he's good on offense, he's good on defense. Brendan, we live in Kamloops now, but I was born in Vancouver, my whole family lived in Richmond. Sweet, that's awesome. Fast for Nothing, think it's his username. My full username, yes it is. Cool, I will check that out after the stream ends. Lefty, Alex Tuch is a thorn in the desert. That's nicely done. Farwin, Alex Tuch for sure. Stone as well, because he's so good defensively. Yeah, Stone is very good. Nylander, love Pettersson's back check and Carlson breakaway. Yeah, he's good. He's smart, right? He did enough to disrupt him, but didn't take a hooking penalty. Pekka, thanks. You let me know tomorrow. I will. Armin, Max Pacioretty might be injured. Yeah, he only played a little bit in the third, right? Okay, well, I've caught up. This is amazing. It's an hour, but I've caught up. Nucks and Bolts, Clay, save the team and do Roaring Thunder mashup parody. I only do parodies in between series, so We'll have to see. Rio says, Pedersen top 5 IQ in the league. I would not disagree, especially when you see that video of him propelling himself around the net with using his right leg on that Toffoli goal from game 2. If you guys seen that on Twitter, look up Pedersen slingshot. It's amazing to see what he does in slow motion. Lefty. I thought the Canucks played hard tonight. I agree. The effort was there, but couldn't press around the net. Vegas defense played well in front of Lehner. Yep, JB97. If you were to trade a player on our team, who would you want to trade? I'd want to trade a bottom 6 guy, like a Sutter or an Eriksson, if someone would. Rios, yeah, I saw that. Farwin, Armin, it's funny how Max Pacioretty acts tough in Vegas. When he was in Montreal, he wasn't so brave. Pekka, Mott had a lot of chances tonight. Dang, Vert 2 hit the post. Lefty, I also noticed a few times Vegas shot the puck in. They shot for the corner, so Markey couldn't play the puck and be the third defenseman like last game. Yeah, and then the Vegas can, with their speed and their size, can check some of the smaller Canucks defensemen. 5-on-3 should have been a goal. I agree, Pekka, we need that. Nick Pan, to be honest, Peter DeBoer is a big reason why Vegas is winning. Yeah, he's a good coach. Robert, think you might have gone to Richmond High with your sister. Sweet, Robert. Who's your sister? Let me know. Next, suppose if the team goes to round 3, will you do it, Clay? No promises. JB, good night. I have to go. Go Canucks, go. JB, we'll see you tomorrow night, hopefully. It's amazing. I'm never caught up. Like, I'm never answering comments real time. I'm usually about 10, 15, sometimes half an hour behind. But under my new philosophy of only answering comments and questions since I get on, I'm able to catch up. Fast for the bester for Fiala. I wish. Yeah, I don't think Nashville going to do that now. Or sorry, Minnesota's going to do that. Lefty, nothing to be ashamed of. Canucks played their hearts out tonight. Just no lucky bounces. Farwin, let's hire McGrattan for a game to beat on Reeves. Robert, Stacy Miniker's sister. Okay, I will look her up, Robert. I don't recognize the name, but I appreciate that. Okay, now it's a good place to stop because we are at 56 minutes. And by the time I'm done blabbing, it'll be just under an hour. Yeah, Fiala's on the wild. I think I corrected myself. Would you still do that Besser for Zucker? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I think Besser, Roussel needs to chill out on trying to fight everyone. I agree. Okay, friends, I'm going to cut it off here. Thanks for being here. Smaller crowd tonight, but I expect that on a Saturday night and after a Canucks loss. So this is where you can type whatever you want. I will read it later, but I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. I know that you could be doing anything else, so I appreciate you, and I do not take you for granted. Before you leave, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Hit the like button if you haven't. Oh, I see the thumbs down have gone down from 4 to 3, so someone had a heart and felt bad. But I do appreciate you you being here, and I appreciate you taking the time to leave some feedback. And overall, neutral. I thought it was going to be a lot worse, actually, in here, given what's happened politically, what's happened with the league, what's happened overall, and what happened with the Canucks. But it was generally a positive, optimistic chat, and that's what I like. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Like this video if you haven't liked it already. And I will check in with you guys tomorrow with a vlog during the day, and then with a preview of tomorrow night's game. And then I'll be on here after the conclusion of tomorrow night's game, game 4. Let's hope Vancouver comes up with a good effort again, but more results on the score sheet. We'll see what happens. Okay, thanks everyone. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and stay safe and stay healthy. God bless, and go Canucks go.